So this is something that I just started drafting up, but I haven't ran yet. So so this was just something that I was just like playing with when I was thinking about like running an A/B test. I haven't run it at all. I was just seeing what it would be like to set up an A/B test.
All right, we're going to delete it. Just
Hmm.
discard it. We don't want to do any A/B testing with Facebook. It's going to
Okay.
cost you too much, and it's not going to really tell you anything that is going to be relevant this early on.
Hmm.
A/B tests are great whenever you're spending millions, but you're not
Hmm.
in this case, so it doesn't make sense. And it only
Okay.
tests one specific thing, and the other thing is it's really not worth doing because it's going to end, and you can't even keep it afterwards. So we'll discard it.
Okay.
Next thing, this one's active at 19.
Hmm.
What's this right here at $931 cost per purchase?
That one was I was taking like a selfie video where I was trying to target just New York in particular, saying New York, if you want like a way to increase your cognition. I put out an ad that way, started it. Um, and I think the three purchases might have happened because three people bought during the ad. I don't think it was directly from the ad itself.
It would only attribute if it was from the ad itself. Okay, so
Hmm.
those three did purchase from your ad. So I would say turn this one back on. Why'd you turn it off?
Well, because when I had that one running, I remember it had so I remember there were like two comments on it that were like negative. They were like, "Oh, like this is BS" or whatever, just because it was like a supplement thing. Not people who actually bought it, just people who are commenting on it. Um, but but I think one of the reasons why I also turned it off too is because I went from a 30% off to a 50% off. So then it was like 30% off your next purchase, but I'm already running a 50% off ad. So then it's like, is that not
Don't
worth
overthink things like that.
it?
That's too much thinking. All right. Don't put too much thought like that into it. It's really not, you don't have to make it a big deal over. If you're running a 50%, that's fine. If you're running a 30%, that's fine. They can be in the same ad set. And then if you're getting purchases, don't worry about what people are commenting. It's irrelevant.
Okay.
Yeah, don't take it personal. This isn't publishing because is it stuck on a schedule? What was the error we're getting here?
I think it might have ended the time frame. I think it was only supposed to be for
Okay,
5 days.
no more running things on time frames because you can't revive them. If it works, if it's successful, it's over.
Hmm.
So don't do that anymore.
Okay.
Okay, so what we need to do is, all right, let's get to go back off because it says completed. Don't do anything on a schedule. Don't do anything on a lifetime budget. Don't do landing page views. Don't do through plays. Don't do anything other than purchases.
Hmm.
Don't do one specific city. Don't do any of that.
Okay.
We're
Hold
gonna do
on.
something entirely new. I'm recording all of this for you, so like you'll be able to play it back. So don't worry about taking notes.
Okay.
So that way we can just focus. So let's just discard all this draft so we can start from fresh. First thing that needs to happen, there's a lot, right? It's almost as
Hmm.
if this account's empty. You need to create a campaign and it needs to be for purchases. Okay. So it'd be conversions. The only thing we ever want to run a campaign for is going to be purchases in your case. All right.
Hmm.
So we're just going to do interest testing. Okay.
So I heard one thing with conversions, the way that Facebook does it is if you don't have enough people who are currently buying from you, it's better to run like a traffic campaign
That's a
because
terrible idea
and why is that?
because traffic is traffic. Traffic will get you traffic. You could ask for traffic, and Facebook will give you
Hmm.
traffic. It'll give you 1,000 traffic. It'll give you 10,000 traffic. It won't give you purchases. And if you're trying to build up data, then you want to build up your data on your purchases. Just because you're getting a ton of visitors to the site doesn't give you more data to make better purchase conversion decisions. It all
Hmm.
comes down to purchases. If you optimize for purchases, then over time you're going to get more purchases. You should start with that from the beginning and make your decisions based off those things. You can knock out two birds with one stone by optimizing for the purchase conversion event, getting purchases, and getting traffic at the same time and getting the data you need. If you run strictly a traffic campaign, you're just going to be wasting money.
Hmm. So when would be like a time to ever run a traffic? Would that be if you just wanted
Never.
like emails or something?
No, never. If you're going to run
Okay.
emails, it's going to be leads.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll never run a traffic campaign. Anybody who has a traffic campaign instantly just think those people don't know what they're doing.
Okay.
It's just some strategy that somebody thought was a cool idea because when they ran a bunch of traffic and then they switched to purchase conversions, they started getting purchases. If they just
Mhm.
stuck with purchases in the beginning, they would have just gotten purchases. Would have been the same
Got it.
outcome. They would have just saved money. All right. So what's happening right now is we have what we're going to call an open audience. All right.
Mm-hmm.
This open audience is simply exactly what it's titled. It's open. You're not going to make any changes to it. It's completely open. We'll give it $5 for now, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
We're leaving it open because you want to have something that's just flat out has no audience in it, because we want to allow Facebook to end up deciding what that audience is. Over time, one of two things can happen. The open audience gets the most amount of conversions over time and has the most consistency, because the algorithm identifies the audience and starts optimizing to get conversions on that. And because the audience size is so huge, it will last, a very long time. We have one that's running over 3 years now. So, I mean, like, those things can go for a while. That happens, or what will end up happening is your open audience won't get any purchases for like a week straight or 2 weeks straight. Then you should just turn it off and then decide to turn on the open audience later on down the road when you're getting a lot of purchases already.
Okay.
Because if you started out, and sometimes open audiences won't do a single thing, or they'll do wonders for you. 9 times out of 10, they'll do wonders for you over time, but there's that off chance that if your product just isn't known, or you don't have any traffic, or you have zero data under every circumstance, then the open audience can take a while to get up to speed. Now, for your primary text, do you already have ad copy that you had earlier?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go back to business, Facebook, so that way we can pick up where you had that ad. Which one was that specifically, the business manager and everything?
That one was for the I think that was like for the New York specific ad.
Yeah, is that the only ad you have?
No, I think I had two. So if you go, yeah, to Excellent Cognition. There was that one, and then there was another one, but that was promoting the ebook that I wrote. So that was the only one. That and the Instagram ad were the only two ones that had copy to it.
All right, we'll use the New York one because that one actually had. Wait, is this New York as in it says New York in the ad?
Yeah, it says so. Yeah, it says New York in the ad, so that probably
All right,
wouldn't be.
never mind. Okay.
Yeah, but I do have a over the past month of like different ideas to write. So especially now with the Corona, everyone's at like Corona specific and things like that as well.
You have copy for those?
Yeah, I have copy for those.
Where are those located? That copy is
That's
that
in my Google Drive.
okay? Got it. We can't even edit this ad. That's why I hate when things are scheduled and they end, because you can't even do anything about it.
Mm-hmm. So when you did it before, when you put that $5 daily budget, that's going to be completely open-ended until I cut it off, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
All right. So we'll just use this as one copy variation because it was getting $9 purchase, which is not too bad in your case.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll go with that again. Then we have.
So this is another question I had. This is like leading them directly to my purchase page. When I was, I've just seen that sometimes it's better to bring them to a landing page and then to a purchase page.
Wait a second. What do you mean purchase page?
As in like on my actual website, this is like the checkout page for my website. So if you,
let's see.
Yeah. So it looks like this.
What's wrong with this?
Not there's anything wrong with it, but that it's not a landing page itself where you can actually go in and you can optimize it. Like, how you can do Elementor on WordPress and you can actually build out a landing page.
No, this is fine. This is fine. We want this. Because they see the product, they read it, they add to cart, and they buy.
Okay. So you don't want to actually have them go with like the extra second click to bring them from the landing page to this page?
No way. That adds too much friction.
Okay.
Yeah, that adds way too much friction for the user experience. It lowers conversions. It's a mess.
Okay.
And then what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and add your link here as well, just so that way they can end up having another spot. Sometimes people just don't even like pay attention. They just don't know to click this, but now you have see more, people click it, they see the link, bam, now you got another option. We'll go ahead and use that 30% one you had already that was working. So that way we just keep things consistent on this area. Where's that 30% headline?
Well, I think since this was, I think I might have ran that one as a discount. So
when you say a discount, is it not 30% off right now? It's 50%
so right now,
off?
Yeah, right now it's 50%. That's what I was thinking with the whole, if they go on, it's a 50% off and they put in another thing to make it 30% off. That's what I was saying. It would be like 80% off at that point.
All right, so we're just going to put 50% off. Got it?
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, 50% off your first purchase.
And then let's go back to that ad you had that actually got some purchases. What did your best brain is one away. All right, yeah, that's fine. That works. Cool. All right, now you just need that creative. Which one are we gonna? Not the New York one, but do you have another one?
I have so creative with as a video or image. So I have a couple.
Do you have? Okay, well, both. Which ones do you got?
So I have that 50% off one that you see kind of right here. Go to yeah. I have one that I put on the Instagram and Facebook account, which was simple, just that 50% off one, kind of two to the right. Yeah,
This
right
one.
there. Yeah, I have that one, just $40, 50% off. Then I had just a regular stock image. I have that one where I'm just holding it. Um, and then I had a few others that were just that had kind of had some text on it that I just played with Adobe Spark.
All right, I'm gonna do this one.
Uh
Okay.
huh.
And the reason I choose this one is because look at this one.
Yeah.
It's you on this one too, and it got
Hmm.
purchases. So we'll go with this. This is a good photo. It shows the product, everything that's needed. It's here. This will get purchases.
Okay.
And just monitor it to make sure. All right. So now what we're going to do is every single time you create an ad, just take your very first line of text. Okay. You're going to copy this and you're just going to come up here and you're going to paste it. All right.
Okay.
And then what you're going to do is you're going to do the image. So we'll just do, I don't know what happened up here. Why is this scrolling?
Oh, yeah, I have no clue. Maybe you need to reload the page or
Well, we can't do that because
yeah.
what actually just happened?
Did you? Yeah, I didn't see you click anything.
Okay. Well, first off, let's try to hit submit because we don't want to restart this.
Yeah, no.
What is going on? There we go. Let's just confirm this real quick because
Hmm.
we don't want to lose our.
Yeah. And so when you're thinking about putting creative up there, are you like what have you seen have been the best results for the ad creative?
It's
Like
totally.
images with people in
It's
it?
no. It's totally. It's so different per business, right?
Hmm.
It's so it changes so much. One, creatives with people and you showing the product are going to be good to test, right? We don't know if they're
Yeah.
going to work better, but it's worth testing. Okay. And
Hmm.
then the videos are worth testing as well. Images are really great because they're universally able to be placed on so many different placements. Like when we go through this, you'll see that they're able to go in a lot of different places. Like they
Hmm.
fit in a lot of spots. Video can't fit in as many placements as a image can, so that allows you to get a lot more reach and be able to make sure you're converting and those different things. Okay,
Okay.
let's just fix this. I don't know what's going on with your screen yet. Has that ever happened before where it scrolls up like that?
No, yeah, that was my first time seeing it. Maybe it had something to do with the page share.
No, I don't think so. Done this over 100 something
Mm.
times. Okay, so we got one. Now what we're gonna do
Okay.
is stuff is all messed up in that tab. I don't even want to be in that one anymore.
Mm. Okay.
All right. We got to go here. We're going to go to the bottom. We're going to duplicate this because you need more ad variations. Okay.
Hmm.
You don't want to go in with one ad and assume that that's going to be your winner. We're looking for the lowest cost, highest return on ad spend for purchases for you. With a product like yours, it being a cognitive enhancement
Hmm.
vitamin,
Hmm.
those things allow you to supplement. Those things can end up getting a large ROI. So, like, those are what we want to do. honestly, I would even recommend, just now I'm thinking about it, you could even do like a thing where it's like buy two, get blank off, or buy three, get this off. So that way people stock up on them.
Yeah, I was thinking of having. I'd have to call Shopify and kind of see how to implement that. What I did have before was buy one get 50% off. But buy one get 50% off, and then like 20% off your recurring purchases. So every month it would just automatically rebill. But then I just saw like a lot of people who came in to buy were mainly just buying that one time supply, because I think the people who would want to be rebilled for it would already want to try it once before opting in for that kind of subscription plan.
Yeah. Got it. All right. So the next thing is we want to add another creative, right? Now we're going to have
Hmm.
two variations. Do you have that? You said you had a video that where you don't say New York specifically?
No, the other video that I had where I didn't say New York specifically was for the ebook. So I could shoot a different video where I just talk about it. Like I can shoot that today.
Okay. All right.
And so
Let's
this one,
go
I
ahead
think I
and
had a problem with this because it doesn't fit on the full screen. Like as you can see for like some of the, depending on where it's placed,
you
sometimes
just
it gets
hit
cut
edit,
off. Hmm.
and then all you do is just you edit each one and you just drag it over. So like for instance, that actually looks fine. That'll
Yeah.
work. So when you go to crop on vertical, you just slide it
Hmm.
over and that's it.
Okay.
You just slide it over and hit save. Now vertical looks good. See?
Got it.
Then here you hit edit, crop. Then all you do is you just drag it down.
Hmm.
Save. Now it looks good. See? Boom, boom,
Okay.
boom. Now it's consistent. That's all you got to do. All right. That makes sense.
Hmm.
See? Look, there it is. And then whenever you want to see stories, boom, there it is. It'll work.
And do you ever play with the different places, the different placements for it, like Facebook versus Instagram versus
Never. Always do
no?
automatic placements. You get more
Okay.
reach, you get more purchases. You don't want to limit your own opportunity and success. All right.
Got
Makes
it.
sense.
Hmm.
Now what you can do is you can put focus, image, just so that way you know.
Okay.
All right. Then
So
you
keeping
publish
the
it.
copy the same for all of them.
Yeah, we're just testing
Hmm.
different creatives at this point.
Okay.
Then we do another one. We want another creative. So we can see which creative performs best with this copy. Right?
Hmm.
So let's go ahead and find another ad. So we'll go ahead and come back in here, clear all. We're going to add media, add an image. Let's find another one. This right here is good
Hmm.
to test. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that works because now it's showing that you have 6 bottles.
Hmm.
Maybe somebody will go in there and buy 6, right? Just from looking at it. So that works
Hmm.
too. Another thing I failed to mention is we need to have all these at shop now. We're not looking for people to learn about this. Most of these people have probably bought cognitive enhancers before,
Hmm.
especially the people that you're going after. So all of these should be shop now. That's a call to action that is just almost imperative with ecom.
Really? Okay. So never really have the learn more one.
Yeah, it's practically irrelevant, especially if you're doing online sales, then that's not necessary.
Got it.
Learn more works with uh, other things like lead based businesses. But in your case, no way. You want shop now because you want people to click shop now because they're opening up their thought process of, okay, I'm going to buy this, not to learn more. You don't want people to
Hmm.
come to your site to learn more. They should have already learned more on the articles they're researching about cognitive enhancement
Hmm.
supplements and
Supplements
stuff,
too.
right?
Hmm.
We're just looking for them to make the purchase. So
Yeah, I
where's
think
that shop now?
shop now. It's right there. Right. But yeah.
So just make sure all these are shop now. Now we need Let's do another one of these, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Duplicate. Let's make sure it's shop now again because I'm afraid it didn't go through yet. Okay, it did. Let's do one more creative. We're going to have 4 images and you're going to have the one video that you're going to make, correct?
Okay.
Let's go find another one. It just reloaded on us.
Got it. Okay.
Page images where you posted. Let's see.
You're trying to be higher up. I did have one in Adobe Spark that I was drinking with, and the one that I was running for the ad for the Instagram one was that just $40, 50% off one. Yeah, there was
Let's see how this looks actually.
it might be a little out of focus.
We'll go with it. If it doesn't work, just delete it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. Would you say that one would be a better one than the one that had the? Because I know some people say don't put any words in your image. Do you go by that too?
I only go by what gets purchases. So we'll see out of what gets purchases, and then we'll we only like text if it gets purchases.
All right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So those are the things. And then you can just put 3 bottle image here. So that way we know. All right, cool. So publish. All right, now we got these here. Those are all in review. Then what we're going to do is we'll just go with these 4. You'll add in the video and then throw in another copy variation, duplicate them all, change out the copy. So that way you have a lot more ads, right? Got it? Then you're going to come in here and going to turn off anything that doesn't get purchases within the next few days. Okay. Only keep the things that do.
Okay.
Are these done publishing? All right. Next step. Let's reload because it should be published by now. Cool. Nothing ever takes that long to publish. So if it's ever showing you such a slow load time, just actually do a hard refresh and the thing will populate. A lot of times the Facebook system is a little bit slower than most people realize.
Got it.
On the front end. On the back end, it actually moves quite fast, but it'll show you something different than what's actually happening. Anytime you see an error, just refresh a lot of times too, and it'll go away. So we'll do an original campaign because now we're duplicating your ad set, which is where your audiences are housed. Okay. Now we're building out this audience structure, which is going to include all the ads inside of the audience. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to do your actual interests that we're going to start with, because you don't have more than 1,000 website visitors monthly, do you?
No. Right now I think we're at 500.
Cool. Then we'll just stick to interest for now. All right. So what we're looking for is we need to go ahead and make your interest. So we'll start with, what are these right here?
Oh yeah, these are all the ones that kind of come in.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Biohacking. So what you'll do is you'll copy this. You'll take the audience name. You'll come up here. You'll paste it. I think your highlight is like backwards.
Oh,
it's like
it?
inversed. Yeah.
Got it.
Biohacking. So now you know that this is biohacking. Okay, that's the audience. You do one interest. And we'll leave detailed targeting. Oh, you're at 410,000. Okay, let's go ahead and leave it on detailed targeting right now because we just want to see what's converting and what's not. Automatic placements.
On or off detailed targeting?
Leave it off for now. We can turn it on later whenever we need to scale. But right now, we want to know which audience works. So leaving it
Okay,
off.
got it.
Okay, then we're just going to, before we publish it, just to make things simpler, we're just going to keep duplicating. Now we're going to do another one, okay? One interest per each, so that way you learn which one actually converts. Don't stack interest until they're proven.
Okay.
Suggestions. Easiest way is just to do suggestions based off what it says. Brain fitness, that's fine. Right? We'll
Mm-hmm.
have to do our research on this. I mean, these are quite obvious call outs. It's
Yeah.
not going to let us copy like it should. Brain fitness. And then that one's done. Close, duplicate. And just keep repeating this process,
Mm-hmm.
right? Let's get another one in here. We'll do,
I don't know. Maybe wellness alternative medicine, because that is kind of that space.
wait, let's do cognitive enhancement, or if there is something like that.
I don't think so. I think the closest thing is probably brain fitness, biohacking, and then the people kind of in that space.
College. That's not a bad recommendation, because the student aspect of this,
Mm-hmm.
kids in school, college. All right, there's another one. See what we're doing? We're just rinse and
Yeah.
repeat. It allows you to structure everything. And then we're going to go down, suggestions. You could do university. That's good too.
And so all of these you just run for a couple days, and then after you kind of see which ones are working, which one aren't. Those are the ones that you scale down and scale up in that order.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So university, we'll do one more. Do you have one in mind?
If you go back to biohacking, I think there was one, because if you type in biohacking and then go to suggestions, I'm pretty sure there was one that I was thinking of in my mind. Can you also do it by demographics? Can you do by like company as well?
Don't do that. Stick with the interest first.
Okay. Is there a reason for that?
The audience sizes are larger, and you don't want to break into the smaller brackets, and unless it's necessary, because they'll fall into this bucket anyways, those employees or whatever you're trying to target.
Yeah. So I feel like wellness alternative, like either bulletproof coffee or wellness and alternative medicine. Those are ones that are kind of in that space.
All right, we'll do the bulletproof coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's really small.
Okay, so yeah, probably not bulletproof. Yeah, because that's like usually one company only sells that. So probably try the wellness alternative medicine. How big is that market? 53 million?
Perfect. Bigger the better.
Mm-hmm.
Most people like to go niche. It's not the truth. Should never. Smaller it is, you might get purchases, but you limit your opportunity for scaling. No,
Mm-hmm.
you can get great low cost purchases in super niche audiences. I mean, that's the truth. But it's not going to be successful over the long term. It's very short term oriented thinking, because the audience is so small, you'll exhaust the shit out of it, and you'll be left wide out in the open trying to think of new audiences. Once you implement this stuff, you want it to be pumping sales day and night, in your sleep, when you're walking your dog, not even having to worry about it. Because if you exhaust your audiences every week, then it's like, geez, dude, this is like a full-time job.
Yeah.
You want to have these things rolling so you can just focus on the business, inventory, and just, branding and growing. This other stuff it's not necessary. So large audiences can handle scale. They can handle big spend. I mean, if we want to empty our inventory, we're going to need an audience that can do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Better to find a big audience that has low cost than find a little one that has low cost, because the big one can scale, the little one can't.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
All right, now we're going to review and publish. Boom. All these are going to go into publish. These are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah. So now that this is running, $30 daily, you're going to let it run. Each day, look for purchases. Ones that are getting purchases, great. Scale them up. Ones that aren't, give it like 48 to 7 days at most, and then turn them off.
Okay.
Next thing you do, once you start turning off, let's say you're down to like 2 ad sets that are pumping out results, right? Or 3. Let's say these 3, one has 6, one has 9, one has 8. Okay.
Okay.
What you're going to do is you're going to come to the campaign level. You're going to switch it on to, you're going to go to edit, and you're going to switch it over to CBO. So that way you don't make the decisions on where to put the spend. The CBO campaign will decide where the budget goes based off the results. So once you start, you're just jump starting this process by narrowing it down, by turning off the ones that aren't performing, narrow it down, jump start the process by flipping over to CBO. Got
And
it?
when you say, so I'm a little confused, when you say flipping over to CBO, what do you mean by that?
CBO is campaign budget optimization. Right now you're on ad set level. We're on ad set. Budgets set on the ad set level, meaning you have to control where the money goes. And right now you have it evenly placed. When you switch it to CBO, which is coming here and hitting edit, that's moving it to the campaign budget level. You'll now see the budget here, which like you used to have, and it will decide where the spend goes into each audience automatically for you. That is a great tool to have once you know which audiences are proven. Once you find about 3 that are proven, good. Then just let the campaign budget optimization decide further on which one it's going to put the money into. It becomes quite accurate.
Okay. And then what you were saying before too is after a few days, you just turn off the ones that aren't performing, right?
Yeah. Go to the ads, find the ones that aren't performing, turn them off. Go to the ad set level, find the ones that aren't performing, turn it off. Go to the campaign level. Cool. Got it?
Yep. And so now if I want to add the video, right? That's still totally fine, even though the ads are already up.
Duplicate it into all ad sets, throw it in there.
Okay. And can you just like go through that really quickly just on the screen record so I can see how to add that pretty quickly?
Yeah. So let's say, all right. So what you'll do is you'll just choose one ad set. Okay. You'll come in here. You'll hit Command C. See how it says copy down here? Then what you'll do is you'll then select all. Command V. Duplicate that ad into every ad set. Now it's in each one. You can see how it's bucketed. Then you're just going to scroll down. See them all there?
Yep.
You're going to scroll down. You're going to hit the media. So you'll just hit like, just click carousel, then click single image or video just to swap it real quick. It'll automatically remove this little text blurb here. And then just hit, select it, video, place the video, publish. And that's it.
Got it.
And we're going to discard this draft so that way it doesn't stay there. So just repeat that process. Yeah. So like now that that's set up, like that's literally like what you need, right? Then once you start getting purchases, you start getting purchases. Got it?
Got it.
So then you have access to the weekly calls. Make sure to go through those in the program. Go through all those modules for the weekly Q&A calls, and then join those. And then just your goal is, I would say, to stay positive on ROI. So your break even, I don't know what your break even is on ROAS. Most people, it's like 1.7, 1.8. You need to have a column where you track return on ad spend. Okay.
Okay.
Do you know what that means?
Yeah. That's kind of how much money you're generating per ad.
That would be purchase conversion value. Return on ad spends, if it costs you cost per purchase $10 here, and they only purchase one bottle, that would be a 4x, because that's a 4x return on ad spend. You spend $10, you made 40, so it'd be a 4x. But a lot of times what gets confusing is you could have an ad that says $10 purchase here. Okay. They bought one bottle and it says on the return on ad spend, it'll say 4x, right? Then let's say university has one that says cost per purchase $10, right? They're both the exact same cost per purchase, but this person who purchased bought 2 bottles. So you have an 8x return on ad spend, right? You see what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Both exact same cost, but one of them actually has a much higher return on ad spend, which is what you really should care about. Because if you have an audience that might have, let's say, a cost per purchase of $12 and another one at $10, rather than deciding to optimize for the lowest cost per purchase, you might want to check the return on ad spend to see if, well, does that $12 cost per purchase, is it on average that every single time somebody purchases out of this audience, they buy 3 bottles, 2 bottles, 4 bottles? If so, it's a much more profitable audience. Get what I'm saying?
That makes sense. Yep. Because you're really looking for the volume.
So that's the process. Now this gets much more elaborate and expands quite quickly when you go into retargeting, lookalikes. I mean, it's a full scale operation once up and going. So it requires you to be quick and nimble on cutting things.
Mhm.
And then just make sure to watch your daily budget. If you're profitable, right? Don't ever turn anything off
Yeah.
that's not profitable. I mean, that is profitable. Don't turn off things that work. Only turn off stuff that isn't making money. Okay.
Okay. Got it.
Cool. Yeah, you have access to all the support Q&A calls, modules, the Facebook group, the search tool, which is in the top left, support FAQ and the articles. So make sure to go through all that content. It'll set you up.
Okay. And then for us, like speaking from now on, you said that that was
Right
that they
here.
wouldn't really be one. Okay. But
Right
that
here.
you said that would be the ones, right?
Yeah. When you join these calls, they're Monday and Wednesday. When you get on them, you
Mm-hmm.
just type in your question. That's it.
Okay.
So like you'll see here. Check it out. Right here under weekly Q&A calls, you can see, like for instance, when they start off, there'll be a process we go through, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ask your questions in the question box. You'll be unmuted. That's how it works. And then your ad account will populate. Then we go through it. Cool.
Got it. Okay. Awesome.
Awesome. Well, sweet. Yeah. Now you have those running. Let them go, and you're off to the races.
All right. Then Chase, thank you so much for getting me started with that.
Yeah, no problem. All right. Have a good day.
You too. Talk soon.